Hey friends, this is Doc Smith, and here is a time lapse of a recent session that I did with a client who came in complaining of neck and shoulder pain mainly, also wanted work on the full body. So you see I begin with what's called opening the joints. I begin with the upper left limb, then go to the lower left limb, then lower right limb, then upper right limb. And before I did that, you saw me do what is called clearing the smoke. If you go back to the very beginning, you'll see that I honored the fact that there is more than just a physical body here by doing what we call clearing the smoke. And there you can see I'm doing what are called sweeps. So a lot of brush strokes or sweeps to help not only break up the energy with deep work, like pressing and rubbing into a tight muscle, but then I sweep and brush like you see me doing there. Again, I always sweep and brush the energy out. We are moving energy that is stuck, and it's going to move out of the body. So that is the idea. And here you see me beginning what ends up being about an hour of work on the head, neck, and face. You'll see that I do a lot of work on the face, and I begin here. Actually, I'm working on basically where the spine and the skull come together. And there's a few different acupressure points that I'm working on specifically right here: governing vessel 16, bladder 10, and gallbladder 20. That's mainly what I was doing there. And then you see me getting a little lower on the cervical spine, and now here I'm putting the cervical spine into rotation. And you may not be able to see where my left hand is. It's basically right under her head. Her head is just resting. Her left ear is resting on my left hand, and my right hand is working on the right side of her face, certain different acupressure points. There's large intestine 20. I was working on stomach 3 and stomach 6. And then I rotate back over to the other side. And you see that I really just lay my hand over the head and the face at certain points, and holding it there for 30 seconds or so, just completely relaxed. It really helps the person to relax. They have the weight of a hand on their face as they're rotating to the side. And then I get in deep here, you see, into the cervical spine. You can see my right hand there is working on her cervical vertebrae and all of the tendons and ligaments and everything that are all attached around in there. I'm finding anything that's tight at all and doing basic tuina, which are things like pressing and rubbing. So press a finger into a tight spot and rub a little circle. That's called on-mo. That means press and rub. And here you see me doing a little press and rub on like the subclavian muscles and above her clavicle, and I'm working again under the neck, the bottom of the neck, the sternocleidomastoid I'm working on a lot. There I'm working a lot on the sternocleidomastoid again, the attachment sites. And long story short, anything that I find that is tight, tense, I am going to begin to pay attention to it and to press into it, rub, and then sweep it out, brush it out. And that's what really helps, along with essentially, the most essential thing is the breathing. The receiver must be doing the breathing properly and releasing their exhales fully, and then receiving the breath on the way in rather than taking a breath. There's a big difference. Always inhaling into the nose. And here you see me working here's gallbladder 1 point, and I was earlier working on bladder 1. And these are points that are good for if we have a headache, which was actually something that this person had a complaint about, a headache, so I did those points. And then you see me working really the scalp here. I'm working a lot on the scalp, and 100 meetings point. It's governing vessel 20, and a couple other points that are right around in there. Basically helping, the goal here is to help her feel the crown of the head expand and feel the skull actually expand again, because it's spent so much time collapsing. So then I finish up this 75-minute tuina session and show her some things she can do on her own, because healing's free, but not easy. That is why I host my healing retreats. Every summer on the beach in Santa Barbara, you can come on out, go to healingisfree.com to sign up and learn more. The website is on Substack, where you can subscribe for free or pay just $5 a month and get half price on all my services at healingisfree.com.